Yo, 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 people, what we saying? Man is grateful to be in nature, listening to the language of the birds. Breathing, mate. Being in a bit of nature makes me feel safer about the chemtrails. Not that I should maybe worry about that inherently. I'm not really sure these days what I think about much. I'm kind of on the fence about most things, I can't lie. Big transitional phase. I'm like questioning everything. I questioned everything and then I got a bunch of answers, and I'm questioning the answers that I got. So further deconstruction, mate. But I hope that's a good thing. It's because it's anti-dogmatic. Because I am honestly always up for questioning everything that I thought was the case. But then again, how useful is that? Is that very practical to cognitively question everything? Why don't we get grounded in reality, mate? And yeah, so here we are, mate, at Folly Tower, where the awakenings began, mate. If you've been following me for a bit, you'll know the crack, bruv. Fucking, I know this might not be the best drink, but it don't look too bad. Sort of, it will do, mate. Anyway, what am I saying? Fucking, one update, I guess, like, apparently Instagram, for some reason, all of a sudden, it seems to only let me upload 3-minute clips now. And I was really actually enjoying the longer form Instagram content. Like, briefly I was uploading, like, it would let me do 15-minute videos, but now I've had to, like, reel it in even to 3, so I doubt I'll reel it in, pun not intended. Yeah, like, I would upload like a 15-minute clip and then say, oh, full hour video linked in the description on YouTube, check it out. But yeah, now they've changed that for no real reason. It seems to be a bit of a glitch, which doesn't surprise me. The digital curse returns. I doubt it's going anywhere soon. I wonder if that will remain even in the AI era of transhumanism. If the glitches will remain, the bugs will still be there, mate. Anyway, so I was thinking, I got one random idea. I don't want to throw a diamond in a trash can, but I'm going to jot it down anyway, and I'm going to do this, I reckon. So tell me what you guys think. And I'm sorry for my work rate somewhat. Like, I've tell you, like, fucking overall, yeah, I've been like majorly struggling in that behind the scenes for a long time, learning hard lessons. And I didn't realize how long I think I was actually kind of unconsciously numbing myself, so to speak, with like overeating and with smoking weed, and things like that. I think it's weird. Like, I had like my major psychedelic awakening, and then I think trauma came after the psychedelic awakening, because it's like I was doing all the meditation and the psychedelic expansion stuff, and it really did work, and I opened myself up huge, and I got like major psychedelic breakthroughs, and I was doing loads of meditation, and then like I think I opened my like senses and my aura way too much, and I think like shit got like a bit scary, and then I basically like recoiled like really hard, and then like I've been avoiding meditation kind of for, like, almost for like 2 years. Don't get me wrong, I've definitely done meditation, and I've done a shit ton of psychedelics, but like it's weird. It's almost like I was okay with meditating because I wasn't hiding from myself, you see. And then like after the meditation and the psychedelic combo eventually led into a breakthrough, I think a load of shit kicked off because the psychedelics were way too intense somewhat for me, and I was kind of immature with it, and I went through quite a bit of trauma and stuff, and shit was kicking off. And then I think from that point I kind of like recoiled in a way, because I was like, I don't know, like I don't know, I just opened myself up with the psychedelics and the meditation, and then once I saw what was on the other side of awakening, it shat me the fuck up, and then I like recoiled or something. I don't know what we got going on over here, mate. Anyway, so I want to share an idea with you. This is an account that I want to make somewhat a theme, an idea. Is something like accountability buddies, or what was I gonna call it? Just call it something like challenge yourself or challenge ourselves. But then I was getting much more expansive ideas than just that, so let me tell you what that is. Basically, it's fucking making like a new YouTube and a new Instagram, which is not just me, and it's not me uploading whatever I want as if I own it. It's basically a collective community page, so another community kind of theme thing, like-minded to the Conscious Rapper community, and a lot of them will likely be featured on it. And basically, instead of personal development where like you follow each individual channel, it's like a collective where basically I think like if we have good achievements, basically it's another thing I thought, just like win, share. And then I also thought you could do loss share, like share your wins and share your losses basically on different accounts or something. So what I mean is basically like I think I had a cold shower this morning, and then I was thinking, like I didn't do it, but I was thinking like, I haven't done a proper long cold shower for a long time. Why don't I just do it? And that's where the idea stemmed from. Basically, that's when I got this idea first. Is like, basically, like I felt like putting something up like on my story because I knew people were probably like-minded to me in some ways. And I was gonna say like, oh, like I bet you haven't actually done a proper cold shower, long duration for ages, have you? Because I've done like 15-minute ice baths before. Like I'm no noob to it. Like really, I've done like a shit ton of it before. I've done long cold showers like many times. But sometimes I just unconsciously stop doing it as much, loads, and I don't really notice. So it's like I just thought I could put up a video quick time and just say, hey you, I bet that you have been unconsciously neglecting how much ice therapy you've been doing. Or maybe you haven't, but like something like that, like just pop up and just go, hey, when was the last time you actually went for a run, bruv? Hey, when was the last time you done like 100 push-ups, bruv? And like, obviously if you're locked in on your routine and that, then maybe that message won't do that much for you. But it's interesting how, like even if you're on top of your game, chances are like you might have not done breath work for 2 days. Something like that. It's just like randomly pop up and just challenge it's like people won't want to watch my story because they'll go on my story and I'll be like, hey you, be your accountability buddy. I'll be like, I know you ain't be doing that fucking breath work. You better get on the breath work, bruv. I'm watching you. You see, but like, so I thought about doing that, and then basically like you could almost document everyone's achievements, and like if everyone collectively challenged and pushed themselves, where it's like you could almost send in your achievements and I'll just do a little, and like I think it'll be pretty good. Basically it'll be a very inspiring page, I reckon. But it's even more expansive than I'm letting on at the minute. Like I was getting good ideas about it. Like it's basically like, say me, like I reckon I went through like quite a spiritual awakening with psychedelics and stuff like that. And like I've already done podcasts and stuff in the past where I just talk to people who have been through like who want to share their wins or share their kind of knowledge or enlightenment, or share whatever, share their transition from Jeffrey to Adonis, or lower self to higher self, or down bad to up good, you see. Talk to people who just have anything good to say, I was thinking like I have loads of friends, say in the Conscious Rapper community, say Ryan Sanders, for example. He goes for runs pretty often around his fucking hometown, yeah, and he's always putting on his story like this Google Maps like bird's eye view of the big trek run that he's just been on, yeah. And it's like, fair play, that's good and that's inspiring. We need more of that. It's like kind of like if you woke up in a house full of personal development mandem and everyone got up and straight in the ice bath, you would be more motivated and likely to join them and do it with them, compared to waking up on your ones. Somewhat likely, that's how it is for a lot of people. I know that's true. I've heard that spoke about a lot. So yeah, and even just little things like that's it. Just like any of my kind of like-minded friends or whatever, just like send me a message or something, and I'll put it up and just go, oh look, here's fucking MC Words, and he done his first super long breathwork session in fucking 3 weeks, mate. Congratulations, MC Words, and with a couple of pictures or some shit, I don't know. I'd just be like, and then like the thing is, what I thought, like when I was talking about Ryan Sanders doing his run on his story, I could just ask him, like I've already done bare Instagram lives and podcasts with him before, and it's like I could just inquire to him holistically about his experience, like what are the benefits that you found, and what are the kind of the obstacles and the hurdles, or what have you, like what fucking shoes do you wear for fuck's sake, what do you recommend, do you wear the barefoot shoes or what the fuck, are you running in Babylon under the chemtrails? Do you give a fuck about the chemtrails? What do you do about that? Have you got some fucking filter or some shit? And that's it. And just like every time someone does, it's basically like document people's good habits, and upload them as like a shared, easy to explore hodgepodge catalogue of like, just like every time. And it's like accountability buddy page, and we can also make group chats and discourse and stuff where we actually hold each other accountable, and we do like we do calls in the morning and shit like that, or like every week we do like a group call and we like fry each other for slacking. Or even sharing different techniques on like, just, it's like a holistic personal development, like that's all it is. It's a holistic personal development channel, but instead of just like having just one talking head like most of the channels are, actually aim it more at the community. And like every time anybody in the community has something good to share, we post about it, and I just go, oh, here's fucking Kyle, and like he was fucking like smoking fags all his life. No, he ain't. Big up Kyle. Go follow him. That's it, you see. And that's it. It will give everyone, every time you go on that page, yeah, and you see some random person fucking doing the grounding or talking about their experience and benefits they found with grounding, or the pitfalls when they stood on some glass or some dog shit or some shit, yeah. And when you go on this page, you will see like some guy doing breath work, you'll see some guy swimming. For example, I started climbing, it's called bouldering, I think. I should know what it is. I've been there like 7-8 times. I went there with my friend Ollie, old friend. Some of my first videos on Rumble were with him, with the old trip report, the bad trip report we had together and stuff like that. But yeah, like it's to be an inspiration catalogue is what this page is going to be. Yeah. Yeah, like, so I started this bouldering shit, which is basically climbing on you know, in the playground in like the kids park, yeah, they got that like wall with like the colourful rocks that you climb up to get to the fucking slide. It's like a big version of that for grown-ups, and it's like a huge, it's dangerous if you like, you can fucking, yeah, you got to be careful. Some of them have got harnesses to go way high up, yeah, and it's such a crazy sport, yeah. And that's something brand new that I've just found, so I can just say, oh, on that same page I can go, yo guys, I've just started this new sport, yeah, like for those of you, maybe if some of you fucking ain't started the gym for any fucking reason or whatever the fuck, this is an alternative. If you're fucking, some people are nervous somewhat about going into the gym for the first time, even though you kind of shouldn't be, because it's just stupid. And I think people should just really not care what other people think is kind of the cure, in a way. It's funny, like people can like look at me as if I give a fuck what they think about, like kind of like a fuck knows. Like, if someone's free of you're like people project insecurity onto people. Like, just because like you would be scared to be that person doesn't mean they're scared to be themselves. I don't know. That's just kind of irrelevant, but like that's kind of facts though. It's people fucking judging people as if the person they're judging actually gives a fuck about what their fucking internal dialogue is saying about their predicament, as if they know them. Anyway, that's irrelevant. Fucking Yeah, I don't know. And I also, I started the gym. I think I've only proper gym. I started going with Quintessence MC. I never really went to like a proper public gym that much. I went to like this gym in my garage with my dad when I was younger, but that was like when I was so young and I was fucking playing Minecraft, eating pot noodles. Half the time he'd offer me to come out with him, yeah, and I'd be like, nah bruv, I'd rather eat pot noodles and listen to the Joe Rogan podcast in my neural modulation open prison, thank you very much. And I paid the price, because these days I got a pretty whacked up posture, which I'm trying to fix all the time, but it's okay because I'm fixing it, bruv. And that's a lot of why I've been struggling, by the way, is actually like feeling like broken in my own body and having a lack of leverage and strength. I also did way too many shrooms. I actually like kind of poisoned myself, I think, a bit. That's kind of a weird thing, but I think I was very young and I just done way too many shrooms. And like I can tell that like the reason why I've been like busy trying to like eat food and smoke weed for like 2 years is because I'm just trying to like fill out physically. I was really skinny my whole life and like I'm only kind of young. I haven't even like physically developed, and I think I like uprooted my maturing process with doing way too many shrooms and shit. And I was eating the wrong foods and I was like malnourished and traumatized and shit. And like I've just been busy trying to like make sure that I'm actually like got some nutrients, because like when the sun goes down I got no money, I'm running around in Babylon like malnourished as fuck. It kind of hurt me and I'm like been recovering from that for a while. I don't know, it's weird, like when I've done that many shrooms it's like forever changed my whole brain, and I don't know. But yeah, anyway, sorry, that's a bit of a random rant, but that's another thing, you see, people can report their psychedelic experiences on this account. Like, if anyone has any crazy trip reports, then come onto my account and say, oh, and I can interview and do podcasts with everyone. And like they go, oh, I took the first time I took a heroic dose in a year, and then they had this crazy enlightening experience on the mushrooms and they got loads of insights or something. Come onto the account and talk about it, or we'll make you a post and do some screenshots and send some pictures in of what strain. Just send a whole trip report in. If it was a positive one, share your wins. If you have a win on psychedelic mushrooms or DMT or anything, you know, if you get an insight in that realm or anything, then that belongs on that page as well, you see. So it's quite holistic. But yeah, like that's what I mean. I could share like the climbing stuff and all my first few experiences in the gym, and that's it. It's just like I kind of like a wholesome fucking just like collective kind of vlog or blog for like anyone who wants to take part in kind of the community. We can also make a map as well and like link up like-minded people in the local areas. I really love doing that. And I'm a very communal kind of person, I feel, is a lot of my life purpose, I think. Like, I have an Instagram account called New Earth Actualization, and it's about, it's a big compilation of loads of memes and ideas and pictures and little quotes and stuff, and little inspirational little pictures about creating a better Earth, and it's the center ideas surrounding that is permaculture, eco-villages, the mass awakening and the new Earth, forever festivals, the conscious rapper community, and solar punk. And yeah, that's it. And I think just celebrate each other's wins, that's all, and just have it as a platform to kind of encourage each other, and just inspiration as well, because if I was following a page of this nature, then I would be inspired to take part in their challenge. And we can have daily challenges where just every day I'll just pop up on the screen and I'll go, right, do 20 push-ups. I don't know. Or something. I can be probably more creative than I'm being right now. Like, just like it's the accountability buddy thing where like it's like, but there's a part of the maturing process basically where like I find the masculine should feed off of criticism and almost benefit and thrive off criticism. Hamza is saying this in one video, even though a lot of the comments were kind of disagreeing with him, but I don't know, I agree to an extent. It depends. And look, it's not that black and white. You shouldn't just like push yourself to do endless cold showers, because like I actually needed a break at one point and just to recharge. Like if you're like mentally struggling and having like mental suffering and mental illness, you might actually somewhat need like a break in a way, but also that might be what caused it. You might need the opposite of a break. I don't know. I'm no ultra guru, and that's the thing as well, is like I struggle with my own personal development and self-actualization. So I'll just make, instead of making my own personal development channel, I'll make one where you guys can stand in the light for me. It's like, I got my lack of fruits to show you at the minute. I've been on this for a few years now, so why don't you guys show your wins and I'll mingle in there with that. Because also I'm at a phase in my life where I need to take urgent action and physical grounded action in this type of domain, where it's like, instead of doing these videos, I need to like do the background work for a long time, and a lot of that is kicking myself into a new gear, so to speak, new vibration, new frequency, and I'm going to do that via good habits with breath work. So like just things, just like loads of them. For example, I was speaking with this guy who's like a friend, but he was kind of like giving me a bit of a therapy session. He's friends with Deborah Curtis, or Mama Cacao, who lives kind of local to here, who I've done my first cacao ceremony with, and she took me to some yoga classes actually, and that's the thing. So that was my first kind of somewhat public-ish yoga classes, and I could talk about those. But yeah, like this guy that I was chatting to, who was like being my friend on the phone, and he invited me to a sweat lodge and everything, but I ended up not going to that sweat lodge event. But if I ever do a sweat lodge in the future, then obviously I'll document it, and then I can talk about it. And if anyone has sweat lodge experiences, anything like this, you see, if anyone tries like the dark immersion therapy or the ice therapy, or like sauna therapy or sweat lodge therapy, anyone who tries breath work or psychedelics or grounding, anyone who this is what I was about to say about this guy. So he was warning me about caffeine, and I said that I had like a coffee addiction, and he said that out of every drug that he's ever done, which he's done a shit ton of drugs in his life, he said the one that fucked him up the most was caffeine. Apparently that's what he reckons, and he's done like so many crazy drugs throughout his life. But yeah, he reckons the one that made him lose the fucking plot the most and got the most unstable is caffeine. And some days I never planned to have a caffeine addiction, to be honest, but like, and I'm not proud to say that I do, and it went on for way longer than I thought. But it's some days I'd wake up and I'd think about caffeine immediately if I'd been smoking the day before or something, especially because I seem to like synergize substances ever since the psychedelic abuse. My brain is just like a substance fucking, like, it latches on to substances so crazy since I've like opened my brain with like neuroplasticity or something like that. It's like crazy how like so many people, they don't even care about the drug dimension of life. But I'm so interested in like nootropics and supplements, and that's another thing I could feature on this channel, is just that, is trying new supplements and nootropics. There's a whole field about like smart drugs, and you know, like what about like methylene blue and all. I really like all of that stuff, like trying microdosing, synergizing different microdoses, doing fasting with different supplements, or maybe break a fast with some magic mushrooms, God forbid. Fucking that's what my family would be thinking anyway if they heard me say that. Yeah, and like just like lion's mane mushrooms that like rewire your brain, these functional mushrooms, things like this, and like, yeah, just exploring those and then like giving reports to the fucking like-minded community, or those who are interested in this sort of stuff. We can report it back to anyone who's interested on this holistic page. That is just an inspiration. If you're looking for inspiration for personal development, for good habits, for success, then if I just create like a hodgepodge catalogue of like sharing everyone's wins, then that will inspire you on what wins that you should make next, perhaps. And I think it would be nice. But yeah, you see, so about the caffeine, you see, so I've been kind of battling back and forth with caffeine addiction. Half the time I can't tell if it's bad for me or not. You see, and if I ever did fully quit caffeine, which I would like to definitely like have like 6 months off or something like that, and maybe like use some like psilocybin while I have my break from the caffeine to heal my brain, that I could report, you see, I could say, hey guys, like I've quit caffeine, and like to just share that win. Anyone who overcomes an addiction, to share that win. Oh hey, I've stopped with the Red Bull, I've stopped with the burgers, I've stopped with the vape, I've stopped with the fags, I've stopped with the caffeine, I've stopped with the porn or something like that. And it's just like anyone who has like a personal win like that, to just kind of have like a place to share and talk about it potentially. If anyone who doesn't care, just adding to the wall of it. And don't know, I could probably reach out and talk to a lot of my friends who are already doing stuff like this anyway, and just ask them, you know, like or people quit weed often, and anyone who's quitting weed, I can just go inquire about their experiences, and maybe what led them to think about quitting and what it's done for them. And that's it. And like, if everyone just does their own account, like somewhat of their own stuff, then in terms of like, it's not really about me. It's more of like a collective community page that I will like somewhat host as the admin at the top for the most part. But everyone will have authority over their individual posts, and it's just it's just like, it seems like a cool idea, I think, because I can still upload me and my own stuff, but I can upload it like in a collection of like, I was thinking another name for it could be the Revolution Televised, because they say the revolution won't be televised. So I was just thinking of making a brand like the Televised Revolution, because I'm just going to document the mass awakening. And that's the thing, it's multi-dimensional as well. It's not just 3D personal development. It's like, I'll do vlogs at workshops, interview people at workshops, go on different podcasts that are like-minded, tie it in with everything I've already done on this channel anyway, because it's all going in the same fucking direction. And that's what I'm saying. You know, maybe if anyone goes viral, or if they ever get loads of money, or that something succeeds of theirs. Just anyone who's saved themselves, even, like if they were about to go down like a dark path, down a dark route, like anyone who like maybe avoids going down that dark path or something, or like diverts themselves from continuing down a dark path and halting the addictions, or like repentance, things like this. Anyone's like personal fucking testimonies of like finding Christ or something like that. The benefits that someone may have found smoking weed or quitting weed. Sharing any traumas or any like coping mechanisms that people have like, literally anything. It's literally like shadow work, personal development, fucking spirituality hodgepodge, except it's kind of inverted, where like it's not that everyone has their own individual channel, like, oh hey, welcome to my channel, I am this talking head, and then on the other channel you've got, you've got Hamza, hey guys, it's Hamza, I'm a masculine personal development coach, and then you've got me, and it's like, oh hey guys, I'm just like some kid who took bear mushrooms once upon a time, and now I'm not really sure what's real anymore, but I just got bear downloads before, and like I've definitely met God at one point, so that's why I'm speaking, because I'm pretty sure I might be a prophet. Or something. And then there's just other, and then so basically, instead of everyone having their own channel like that, you have like an inverted channel, so to speak, where it's like the viewers actually submit content to be uploaded. That's cool. That's a cool idea. It's like literally a 180 of YouTube, where it's like, yeah, instead of everyone having their own channel, you have a channel that you submit videos to, kind of like You've Been Framed. And and then you get to see your own content on that YouTube or that Instagram, and I just say big up to this guy, maybe I'll do a better commentary, or you can submit your own video, and basically it's just it's like an inspiration catalogue, because I know the best way to wrap up this video is actually, because this is one point that talks to me the most, and I didn't think about this when I started this video, but this is a very key point, right? And I've said this a few other times, but I'm telling you, this is like a core facet of, if not like my whole life purpose. Like nothing speaks to me deeper than what I'm about to tell you. Basically, like just coming up to about 1 year ago, in August 2024, just about, I went to Elevate Festival with the Conscious Rapper community, and I travelled up there with Quintessence MC, and yeah, they had all like great nights, great parties, conscious lyrics on the stage, organic smoothies, they got saunas there, ice baths there, chiropractors there, fucking stretching yoga shit, they got fucking meditation classes, yoga classes. Everyone's walking around barefoot, grounding in the sun. It was fucking perfect. I took some shrooms there, people smoking weed and that, breath workshops and all sorts, and it's literally the Forever Festival Mass Awakening, and I've got so much more to say about that whole thing, so check out the Conscious Rapper community on Instagram, and on YouTube, because they're my team, and that is who I'm rooting for, because they're definitely going to pop off soon, so I'm glad that I could be repping them before they fucking blow up, because yeah, they're my team. Anyway, so at this festival, yeah, I see a lot of people obviously rapping these conscious lyrics, and they're rapping about everything I've just said, about people spitting lyrics about overcoming trauma, about awakening, about healing, about doing research, about kind of conspiracies maybe, or taking radical responsibility. People rapping about fuck the system, fuck the government, and fucking taking their power back, and it's a very it's called Elevate Festival, yeah. And I just went to another one. I just come back the other day from Stand in the Light Festival with the Conscious Rapper community also, and that's the only two I've ever been to, yeah. So that's about a year later. That's so the reason I say that is because them names, Stand in the Light and Elevate, these are wellness festivals, right? Health oriented festivals around conscious information revolution themes of the New Earth actualization, New Earth, and we all share an intuition and share like awakening insights and intuitions, and that's what brings us all together on the same bit of land. Say at Elevate, it was on a bit of land called Crops Not Shops, and they're growing their own food on the land, and it's like literally like a festival growing their own food with conscious music and businesses like earning money on that land. And it's like, why does this ever have to end somewhat? It's like, that's literally like the revolution, that's the spark, and music is going to travel the world, it's going to change the fucking world, so watch out. Anyway, so what I'm saying is, that was a bit long-winded, but the reason, that was just some extra preface and context, and let me say the main point that I was about to say. So this is the core facet, and this is leading into the whole everything, tying all the loose ends now to wrap it all up at the end. So at the end of this Elevate Festival, yeah, at the very end, once quite a few people have already left and everyone's packing up and leaving, right, just before everything concluded, was asked by the host, Jenna Elevates, who created Elevate Festival, and she said, like, we was all sat around a fire at the end. Well, the fire had actually gone out. It was from the night before we did the fire. Magical night, singing around the fire, meditation, chanting, instruments. It was brilliant. Perfect weather. It was fucking great. Some of the best days of my life. And we had the Happy there as well, like Rapé. That was pretty good. But we sat around the fire at the end, and Jenna said, like, right, everyone, we all got in a circle, and she said, like, we're gonna go around, and whoever wants to, we can all each share, like, I can't remember how she framed it exactly, but like our last thoughts, basically, like, share whatever you want. I can't remember how she put it really. Just what you enjoyed. Any last messages, we just all go around and just say, like, you know, it was kind of ceremonial, or like give thanks and acknowledge like anything you want and that. I think some people, I think they didn't actually get the time and the space to do it, because I think some of the people were a bit loopy there. Not that I haven't been loopy once upon a time, or that, not that I'm not, but I think, don't know. I think everyone did get a chance to speak, but some of the people who spoke might have just been wasting their breath, or that's how most people interpret it. But that wasn't really. That was only like literally one person that people weren't really vibing with. But I'd barely even remember. Anyway, sorry, I'm so long-winded. We all went around and just said, and I can't remember what a lot of people said. People just saying they got so much out of the experience, and how much it did for them, and what kind of come up for them in their own experience, what they thought about it and everything. And then I said at one point, I was probably like the fifth person to speak, I said, everyone actually liked my articulation of it seemed. They were like, I don't know why they did, but like people were almost took aback by it, I swear. But like, if I try to remember how I said it, I just said like, almost as if I imagine if I was there now, like, I try and remember how I said it, but it was just, I said like, probably the main thing, that speaks to me like the deepest coming to this festival, is nothing speaks to me deeper than the inspiration and the it's hard to kind of speak as if I'm there when I'm not. It doesn't really work the same. But it's like, fucking, basically nothing speaks to me deeper than, like, I'm normally, like, from my upbringing and my past, I'm used to seeing people down bad, so to speak, and like depressed in the lower vibrations. Coming to this festival, I see the opposite. I see people who have overcome their darkness, integrated their shadow, overcome their shadow, and integrated their traumas and stuff, overcome their traumas. And I basically see people embracing the light. They're elevating and they're standing in the light. And basically being at a festival where there's people on stage and they're rapping about like repentance and psychedelic enlightenment with such passion, like literally screaming fuck the system, and you can hear the trauma. I was watching their performances on shrooms, and it's like these people are actually unlocking like the information revolution, mass awakening, and it's like, it's so inspiring to see people collectively coming together and drawing a line in the sand and saying no to this system and to the evil and the corruption, but also people just taking personal self-responsibility and self-ownership. You can tell most people there, if not all, have been through a lot of shit in their lives, but a lot of them, they come out the other end and they still thrive. And that inspiration of seeing that speaks to my soul so deeply, because I'm used to seeing like depression and low vibes and people being down bad and broken, that when I come to a place where everyone has been busy fixing themselves for years, and it's a shared like collective consciousness intuition of a wellness festival, it's like literally almost like heartbreaking, and like ironically in a paradoxical way, because it's like, what I mean is like, I've seen people battle with depression all their lives, and so have I. And to an extent, like say Quintessence MC also had a lot of battles with depression, and she's overcome like fucking the vast majority of like her demons and her like all of that depression and stuff. And most people there have done the same. And like when I see that it's actually like people who are trying to heal the trauma of this fucking place, it's nothing speaks to me deeper, because like I think a lot of it is because I've had my own depression and stuff for like all of my life, and it's been like so fucking like well, like most of my life anyway, at least. And like it's so crushing to be like when you're basically drowning like under reality somewhat, and it's confusion as well, because like to a lot of us it's not actually clear what the solution is. Like repentance doesn't seem to work half the time. Maybe we're just not doing it properly, but it's like you pray to God with your arms open, and like all these people have this story about like you know they pray to God with everything in them, and then they hear a voice. Well, a lot of us don't hear that voice. You just get left in silence or something. But again, maybe that's our fault or some shit. But also with the, like, a lot of it can be existential for me, because it's like, you know, if I was satisfied with the fruits of what Andrew Tate had, then yeah, maybe I could go get that and I'd be happy. But I don't think like Andrew Tate. I'm more concerned about like how the fuck I even got here in the first place, to an extent. But I'm not saying, don't know, it's still valid though, because I get how the philosophy shit is kind of stupid. And yeah, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not making like I'm not defending being broke, I guess, but what I mean is fucking yeah, like basically my own struggle, that's actually what makes me like keep going in the modern, like in these times somewhat, is like basically I know that there are people out there today that are struggling as much as I was struggling when I was like 16 years old, and I was like locked in wage slavery in Subway fast food, and I was like so depressed that my boss literally tried to take me to church because he could see like how disturbed I looked like 24/7. Fucking, I was just like malnourished, and I was going through like an awakening. And like also society is fucking poisonous as fuck. This culture, like the war crimes and the poverty and stuff like that, and like what people are a victim to. I think we shouldn't be a victim. Like the only thing you're really a victim to is your lack of ability to overcome it. But then again, like but yeah, like I know like the war crimes and the wealth disparity and things like this, right? And how like it's not really fair like that, I guess, somewhat. Like a song by K Reno is Life Ain't Fair. But yeah, like it's just like basically it's worth sticking around to basically help people through what you yourself have gone through, like based on your own challenges, right? Like basically, like I often say, one of my favorite quotes these days is trauma creates life purpose. And it's basically like, say if you grew up without clean water, there's like almost a statistical probability that you will go on to like find a clean water foundation, because it's actually meaningful to you based on your own pain. Say for me, I have like trouble with my posture, and that has given me like so much pain and depression and stuff, and I'm not really confident like how it came to be. It's almost like it feels like I've had an injury, where it's like I've actually been battling this for like 2 years. It's called like kyphosis. I think it's because I grew up like in a fucking gaming chair. Like I was just spent my childhood like on an Xbox and playing Minecraft and shit, like I told you. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, so my dad used to, so that's how karma comes full circle, because it's like my dad would actually offer for me to fucking go to the fucking gym, and I'll be like, nah bruv, I'd rather fucking play Minecraft. with my fake friends. And there you go. So that, like, what goes around comes around. Like, if I went to the gym, then I wouldn't have this problem. So the lack of foresight. But sometimes a lot of us, maybe the devil has to learn the hard way, which is a whole nother topic. You just try and get away with it until you can't, maybe, which is unwise. I don't know. Fucking selfishness, mate. Don't know. It's a paradox, bruv. Depends what your philosophy on life is gonna be how you live it and stuff. Whatever am I saying? Who knows, mate? What I'm saying is, bruv, is yeah, like for me, I say like the system kind of traumatized me, and like being locked up in wage slavery when I was so young, and the school system is full of shit as well, and like, yeah, like society is just poisonous and that, and like, yeah, I can't get over this kind of like just blaming Babylon, blaming the world, but like it's probably like not that black and white, I get it, but like I can't get over that. It's like Mr. Traumatic and Payday Monsanto rap about that so much, and it's just like yeah, like the way, like just being a victim to like how the apps are designed to keep you on them and stuff. Like, not that you should be a victim to that, obviously, that it's kind of a bullshit excuse in a way, but just traps of like the porn industry and that, like preying on children basically, or like the fake food stuff like that, like the pot when I said I was like doing the Minecraft for the pot noodles, it's like, why were there pot noodles in the house? Like, when my dad would offer for me to go to the gym, and I say, nah, I'd rather eat this pot noodle. Like, why the fuck was a pot noodle even an option for me at that age? Like, or like, I was drinking Monster Energy drinks when I was like 11 years old, and I can find like pictures of me doing that. So basically, this is what I mean by trauma creates life purpose, and this is a whole nother like deep communication as well, and like kind of another kind of authentic insight, like the inspiration one that I shared at the end of the Elevate Festival. This is another sort of insight, is fucking, yeah, it's like basically the so as I said, like trauma creates life purpose, yeah, and like, say, like I said, the system fucks me off, yeah, and that triggers something in me, that like it triggers a passion in me to basically do something about it. Just like I said, like, say if you grow up without clean water, yeah, that will trigger something in you, like a passion or a flame or an anger that can be like transmuted in a way, maybe, of the frustration of your problem, say, or my posture, you see. And this happens with loads of people, like I'm saying. So you grow up without clean water, you can go on to find a water foundation, you see. And if you get traumatized by the system or get ripped off by the system, yeah, it can become your life purpose to rip off the system, some so to speak. Like, the system neglected me, so I'll neglect the system. And that's like what I'm talking about. Is it's kind of ironic, you see. So like, this is the authentic insight that I'm trying to communicate. This is one of the best parts of it, I think, is what I'm talking here about, this flame ignition. Is you see, it goes full circle. It's kind of funny. It's like, so the Matrix or Babylon or the system injects you with like the fake jab, right, during Schmovid, right? And obviously that's like a trap and a pitfall. I didn't get it, luckily, thank fuck. But say if you fall into that pitfall trap, right, that's gonna make you angry at the system, right? Like when you awaken to the bullshit, just like when I awaken to the fake food, and I'm like, what the fuck have my parents been feeding me my whole childhood? This is garbage. That's not even real food, right? Like Inspector Veg, he's a very good example. So see how the injection, if you get the injection and then you realise that it's like a scam, that's going to fuck you off, innit, if you're even still breathing, still alive, if you ain't been paralysed by this point. Right, so it's weird, because that's how karma comes full circle, you see. The devil injects you with a deceptive injection, and they lie to you and market it as if you need it, when it's actually like a chemical, it's like a bioweapon fucking scam or something for money or to depopulation agenda or whatever the fuck it is, but it's poison nonetheless, verified, right? So the devil injects you with poison and tries to market it as if you need it and makes bear peas or whatever the fuck they do, whatever it's for, whether it's a bioweapon or it's for the fucking digital transhuman, whatever the fuck is going on, the assimilation shit or whatever, right? When you awaken to the fact that that's bullshit, that will actually have you slay the devil that injected you, because it's like actually makes you vexed. Kind of like, it's just like, you know, if someone murders your sister, that is going to spark a flame within you to go and murder or torture whoever murdered your sister. Or, you know, so that's what I mean. So it's like, it's weird, you know, like, and that will happen. I know that intuitively. Like, if I'm out, I know this for sure in terms of like my fighting ability or my strength. Like, if I'm out like with like my sister or my girlfriend or something, and someone like starts on them, there's like this animal that just comes out of me that like I can't even control, and that's where most of my strength is. It's like within my adrenaline, you see. So if someone like punches my sister in the face or my girlfriend in the face while I'm out with them, then I will like just slay whoever did that. So notice how basically, yeah, the trauma plays a role in life purpose. That's jokes. But yeah, so say Inspector Veg. So Inspector Veg is a rapper who raps about good health, vegetables, fruits, being healthy, alkaline, detoxing, back to nature, back to the garden is the title of one of his recent songs. He sampled a voice note I sent to him at the start and the end of a music video on his YouTube and his Spotify called Get That Health. If you search Oxen, Inspector Veg, you'll find it. So, why is this rapper rapping about this stuff? Well, when he got to about 25 years old or something like that, he basically, I can't remember exactly how it unfolded, but like at one point he was shocked when he realised that the quality, if you could call it that, of the food that his parents were feeding him. I'm pretty sure there's a clip of him that he reckons he didn't eat a vegetable until he was 21. That sounds a bit lethal. I fucking feel bad for him if that's true or what. But like, anyway, I know for a fact that Inspector Veg, he realised that like all of the food around him, it was like a rude awakening. And I've had this as well. A rude awakening where you realise that like all the food around you is polluted. And like your parents have been indoctrinated into like this marketing like scam of the New World Order. And, you know, every male testicle has got plastic in it and things like this. And Inspector Veg also, he used to be quite more low vibrational, where he'd go out like thinking he's a bad man, like robbing people for weed and shit like that. And I was the same, you see. And like that, for me, a lot of it, yeah, like, because I had this rude awakening into the health stuff as well, and so did Quintessence MC. And for me, like I said, when I was working at Subway fast food, I was really depressed, yeah, and I was suffering crazy. And I remember when I first I remember this is when my awakening kind of began, or my fucking critical thinking, or whatever you want to call it, is I researched on YouTube, why am I depressed, or on Google, because I was so depressed. And this is why I'm thankful for the depression in a strange way, is because like, if I was content, which depression is probably the equivalent of being discontent, we could probably fairly say, you know. So thanks to the depression, the discontentment led me to search for answers, because if I was content, I would have been content. So why would I need to move, right? But the discontentment put this kind of fire up my ass, so to speak, or kick up the ass, so to speak. It was like, because of how heavily I was discontent, I would begin to look for answers, you see, about all sorts. And it began with, why am I depressed? You see, why am I discontent? The discontentness led me to inquire, why am I discontent? I would like to be content. I don't like being discontent. How do I get content? And they're saying, oh, your diet is, serotonin is produced in your gut. So the food might be making you depressed. And I was like, aha. And then I go on to find the life purpose that I do now, which is I'm talking about health and grounding, and I'm out in nature right now breathing and trying to be healthy, because there you go. See, even when this video began, I'm always on about health. It's like, as soon as I realized that my bad health and like the generational like trauma of the bad health and the bad habits and the bad diet, And they say, oh, like high blood sugar runs in our family or something, but it's just actually the diet runs in the family and the habits run in the family. It's so there you go, you see, like, especially you're going to be passionate somewhat about that, like, when there's so much pain involved. That's why I brought that up somewhat. It's like, you know, like, imagine if Inspector Veg was, like, going through a lot of pain and depression when he was younger, or, like, I know Quintessence MC, she certainly was before she awoke to the health information revolution, which me and her are doing our best to be at the forefront of with the conscious rapper community. And that's because it speaks so deeply to us, you see, because of our passion of this topic, and the passion actually stems from the pain, you see. That's why that's what pain gives way to empathy and compassion, because, like, me and having my own problems makes me compassionate about others' problems and their struggles, you see. I know it's not easy. I've struggled with, like, my posture for a few years now, so I know when I see others struggling, I actually relate and I sympathize with that pain, and it actually makes me want to selflessly stick around, because I know that I needed help at one point, yeah? So why don't I be the help that someone else needs? Because I needed that help, yeah, at one point, whatever it may be, just a bit more support, more love, because love is the answer, really. It's trauma and a lack of love that creates all this evil and this, like, separation and scarcity and chaos. And I know, like, how when I was out there and I didn't know that the Monster Energy was fucking me up, like I said, I got pictures of me drinking that shit when I was like 11 years old, yeah, and I know that there's kids out there that are still doing it. If they want to drink it, that's different, but when you don't know, I said I was working at Subway, yeah, and yeah, I'll tell you as well, it's kind of links in with my last video as well. Fucking my boss, who wanted to take me to church when I was depressed, yeah, when I was working at Subway. This is Talmudic Eyes by Pedro Monsanto. This is what I was saying about the fake Babylon scriptures. Maybe church would have worked out, yeah, but what I'm saying is, I didn't need church when I was depressed in Subway, I don't think. I needed to stop eating Subway when I was 16 years old, yeah? My boss is like, what's up? And he knew that I was depressed and that. Well, I was fucking crying behind the fucking sandwich line at one point. There was no customers. And my colleague was like, what's up? And I'm like, I'm just depressed, bro. And I said, my boss could see the discontentment in my face. He tried to take me to church. And it's like, bro, why don't you inform me about the polluted food that we're surrounded by, bro? That's why I'm fucked up. You're trying to take me to church, bro. Trying to get me thinking that I'm reaching high when I never seen the sky, bro. That's what that is. It's like, that's what I mean, bruv. Like, a lot of these, and that was during the COVID shit was just going down, yeah? No one was warning fucking barely anyone about it because no one knew shit at that point, yeah? And, fucking, yeah, see, my boss ain't telling me about the food, the fake food, if you can even call it food. And he ain't telling me about the COVID jab that I'm about to get mandated into, essentially. But he will take me to church for my symptoms of discontentness. But it's like, bro, I don't need... That church is part of the fucking problem, probably. Because half of it's indoctrination, but I'm not saying anything solid. I probably do need to repent. I would love to find God, but I just actually struggle to do that. Even though I know God is all around me and, like, everything is multidimensionally just infinite consciousness, and I get that, but, like, also... I'd really like to, like, actually chat to God and just him be like, hey, this is what you have to do. 1, 2, 3, go. Even though it's basically already done that, because I guess everything is God. And reality is like leading me as a horse to water, but I'm not really drinking it. But I should probably drink that water. I'm not trying to affirm that, but I think reality is God, right? And if you're like, oh, why won't God chat to me? It's like, don't you think that you're getting bare signs from the Most High all the time? Because I feel it, I can't lie. Like, reality's always, like, giving me these little clues all the time. And it's like, you're supposed to learn from the school trap. And the pain teacher, I was listening to Aubrey Marcus podcast just now about extracting entities and the pain teacher, shadow work. I don't know if Aubrey Marcus is an Archon or what. I know Joe Rogan is suspicious as fuck. But anyway, I'm gonna go now. It's been an hour. Anyway, I think that was a big hodgepodge, mate. I said quite a lot of stuff in there. Anyway, I'm probably gonna go and enjoy the rest of my day. Don't forget to breathe. See you later, gamers. But yeah, Accountability Buddies Instagram page and YouTube coming soon. Love you all. Bye bye bye.